Hey, comic book fans, my nerdy friends, and my geeky compadres, what's going on? It's Wednesday, and I have a massive haul to show you right now. So let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, first I'm going to show you the stuff that I picked up at my local comic shop today. 3 single issues and 1 trade. First, the single issues. Paper Girls issue 5. I've actually been really enjoying this title. Really excited to see where it goes. Then we have Swamp Thing issue 2 of 6. The first issue I was about. So we'll see how it goes. But I'll pick up anything Swamp Thing. And then, last but not least, Walking Dead 151. That's all I'm going to say. It's Walking Dead. It's fantastic. And the trade I picked up, I actually had this ordered, and I'm super stoked that it finally came in. That's Love and Rockets. This is volume 2, The Girl from Hoppers. We'll see how this goes. I actually haven't started reading this yet because when I do, I'd like to have volumes to move on to. I have the first, the fourth, and the fifth volumes already. So this is 2. I'm probably going to pick up 3 before I even start reading it. But I'm super stoked to actually have it now. Now, next. I got a bunch of stuff from Second and Charles the other day. I took back some records and ended up with like $190 in store credit. I spent about 100 of it already. I think, maybe less. I'm not sure. But I got a bunch of singles and a whole bunch of trades that I'm super stoked to show you. These first couple are just kind of on their own. So we have The Mighty Thor, issue 356. This is in the middle of Simonson's run, but Simonson didn't write or draw this one. It's funny because Hercules is on here saying, "Stand aside, Thunder God. Walt Simonson is on vacation, and so art thou." So, pretty funny. And then I have this issue right here. When I found it, I was so stoked. Found it for $1. Just amazing. And then I talked to John DaCosta, who had talked to The Dark Knight about this issue. This is Graphic Music, issue 1. Johnny and I both had thought this was the first appearance of Madman. Turns out it's the second but first appearance in color. Still super excited about it. Pretty awesome pickup, especially for $1. But yeah, it wasn't till after Johnny and I started talking that he told me that it wasn't the first appearance, but it's still super awesome. Next is a set of 3 singles that I've actually been looking for a while. It is Green Arrow Longbow Hunters. This is book 1. Book 2 and book 3. I'm a pretty big Green Arrow fan. Not that you would know, but like my favorite run of comics is actually Kevin Smith's run on Green Arrow. I just love the story. The Quiver storyline is just fantastic. Longbow Hunters is something I've been looking for a long time. Actually suggested to me by the Hulk's Big Toe. If you don't know who that is, he's been kind of dormant for a while, but great friend of mine. So I finally found all 3 of them and picked them up, and I'm super stoked to get into reading those. Then I found these 3. Simon Dark, issue 16. 17 and 18. There's actually 18 issues in the run. I have those 3 as well as 1 through 8 minus number 5. So I have a few to pick up in between there. But I want to say it shouldn't be hard to find them, but with the stores around here, it's kind of difficult. So I still have a few boxes of Second and Charles to go searching through, and maybe they're in there. We'll find out. But I'm working on those. And then we have these 3 issues. Casanova. This is issue 8. This is issue 12. And issue 14. So, working on that title. You know, it's in spurts. We'll see how that ends up. Next. Oh, big chunk. Actually, not these ones. Yep. You guys know that I'm trying to get into Cerebus. I picked up 3 of the trades that are huge, and I also picked up some single issues of the Guy's story arc, and I'm pretty sure I picked up 1 through 12. Now I have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, which is the final one. So I'm pretty sure, I haven't checked yet on my list, but I'm pretty sure I have that whole story arc. So pretty stoked about that. Then I found this, which is actually a pretty rare find for me. I don't get to see these very often, but it's House of Mystery. This is issue 306. It says, "Watch out, London. Jack the Ripper is on the loose again." You guys know that I'm kind of fanatic about Jack the Ripper. Not because he killed people, which, you know, is a bad thing, but he got away with it, really. So I'm more intrigued by the mystery of it all. So found that, was super stoked. And that kind of leads into the next big batch I have, which is a title I have in trade, but have yet to read it because it's so huge and daunting that I haven't even started it. But I found single issues of From Hell. This is issue 3. Pay attention to these covers too, because they're freaking amazing. So here's number 3. 4. Trying to get rid of any kind of glare, but it's difficult. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10, which is the actually last book of the series. But then there's also the epilogue, which is kind of a book 11. So I just have to find the first 2, which I found on my comic shop. They only have issue 1 in a second printing. Issue 2 is in a first printing there. I might order them because I looked yesterday at Second and Charles and just couldn't find any more of them. So they might not have 1 and 2, which is a bummer. But I'll end up picking them up sometime relatively soon. And that's it for single issues. Now we're going to get into the trades that I picked up. If you guys watched my last Trading with RWC, you'll have seen it was about DC's The Books of Magic. It was just the 4-issue miniseries that started it, that Neil Gaiman did. I went to Second and Charles and found volume 1 of, well, book 1 of volume 2's run of The Books of Magic. So here's number 1. And they also had number 2, so I picked those up. We'll see how it goes. I'm curious and excited. So got those. Another book that I know pretty much nothing about. I know the writer from a few things, but really the reason I picked this up, Dr. Monkeybox suggested it to me. Adam said that he thought it'd be something that I enjoyed quite a bit, so picked it up. Scalped Volume 1, Indian Country. And then we have Volume 2, Casino Boogie, and Volume 3, Dead Mothers. They also had Volume 7 there. I thought about picking it up, but we'll see how I like these first 3 volumes first. Actually, if they had all the volumes, I probably would have picked up all of them, just because that's how I roll. But because there's such a big gap, like 4, 5, and 6, before I get to 7, I'm going to take it kind of slow. So, pick those up. And last but not least, I have a big stack of trades that I'm super excited about. If you watched one of my haul videos recently, you'll see that I picked up Volume 1 of this. Found all these there and couldn't let them go. So here we go. Strangers in Paradise, Volume 2. I Dream of You. Volume 3, It's a Good Life. Right, yep, It's a Good Life. Volume 4, Love Me Tender. Number 5, Immortal. Number 6, High School. Volume 7, Sanctuary. And Volume 8, My Other Life. So now I have the first 8 volumes of this. I guess I can start reading it. There was a time where I was trying to pick up the pocketbook-sized volumes of it because there was only 6, but I only found the 6th volume, and it was a pain in the ass. It was becoming a huge pain in the ass to try to find the other one. So to find 8 volumes, basically, in a short amount of time, I decided to pick them up and get going on it. So really stoked about that. I'm not sure how many volumes there are of these smaller, well, not smaller, the thinner collected editions. I got to look into that, but I have 8 of them now, so I can at least get started. I'll get the rest of them as I find them, or get them ordered for me. But that's it for this week. I have a whole lot of sorting to do now, so I'm going to go do that. And I'll see you guys later. Hopefully you got to your shops and pick up what you wanted. Have a good one.